Hello, everybody, and welcome to Let's Commiserate. I'm your host, Sam.
And I'm Dave.
And as you can see, we are on location right now at the movie theater where we have just gone to see The Devil Wears Prada 2. And boy, was it amazing.
Yeah, I thought Anne Hathaway was going to be in it.
Yeah.
And Stanley Tucci.
But instead we got Pedro Pascal and Sigourney Weaver.
And a little green dude.
And we saw The Mandalorian and Grogu instead.
Surprise.
Yeah.
What do you think gave it away?
Yeah, I don't know. We got to give you props because you 3D printed these.
I did.
Boys.
I did. This has been much to my wife's chagrin.
Mm-hmm.
I 3D printed these, and they've been my hobby and pastime for the last month.
Yeah, we're trying to record a podcast here. Everybody's playing their music so loud and being so rude.
It's a very lively mall.
This is not the way. Yeah, so you went through all that trouble of 3D printing.
Oh yeah, it was quite a process. So I did the math this morning. Actually, I was like, I wonder how much, not including like time, but how much money have I invested in materials and paint and equipment and stuff? And it's a little under $200.
Woo, that's a decent chunk of change.
But
your sacrifice is much appreciated.
I made 2 of them, so really it's like $100 a piece. So these are handcrafted, and they're not great. I'm not gonna lie. There's a couple of print marks, and I didn't have.
They're pretty great, man. I would never have been able to tell.
Hands, like, they don't like them. But
the only thing that I was slightly offended by was that you made mine twice the size of yours. Is my head that gigantic?
No, that's the normal size. That's like the print size that they make. Like. Okay.
This is not the way.
I put baseball helmet padding in here just to make it more comfortable, and it's actually quite comfortable.
And then we had an incident. We had a pretty grand entrance.
Yeah, I want to talk about
theater,
this.
And you had been debating today about whether or not to bring Grogu, your stuffed animal Grogu. And I said, hey,
my stuffed Build-A-Bear like Grogu doll.
And so we were walking into the theater, into the mall where the theater is. You had your backpack. Grogu was sticking out. And, we were getting some looks for sure. A lot of compliments. And then we settle into the theater. First off, they don't allow us to wear our helmets because of safety reasons, which we understood but didn't realize.
They didn't clarify that very well. They just said, you have to take that off.
Yeah.
Which I guess was kind of, I guess that was clear. But like we were checking in, like with the QR codes, I was like, oh, they just need to make sure that it's us?
Mm-hmm.
First, I don't know.
And I said, you don't take the helmet off. That's a thing.
Yeah.
That's a sacred rule.
It is So I was very hesitant to take off my helmet at all in public.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand AMC. So turns out a whole bunch of people a couple years ago when Wicked released, they went in with green face paint.
Uh-huh.
And AMC banned them. Like they kicked them out. They said, no, you cannot.
Is that true?
Yeah. Because I Googled it. I was like, why does AMC have helmet like face policies? And they're like, nothing that blurs or distorts your face.
If
like
that's not discrimination, I don't know what is.
It's a bit strict rule. It came out about 2012, so
But
remember
anyway,
what happened in the news about that time?
Yeah, we don't need to get into that. You can Google it. But we settle into watch the movie.
Yeah, we
still
sit
made
down,
it in time
we get
for the
our
previews.
seats. We have like premium seats. Like
you did great with the seats, by the way. You got awesome seats. And then you said, "Where's Grogu?"
I looked down at my backpack, and my green friend was gone. And I was like, "Oh, stink."
Yeah,
I gotta find him.
Well,
and you said, "Oh, you have time," because it was the ads. It was
they had just started what I knew was going to be a full-length movie trailer, and I thought Grogu just had to be on the floor somewhere on our because the hard thing with these helmets is it destroys your peripheral vision.
You can't see anything.
So I can't say for sure when the last time I saw Grogu with you, but you were gone for a while.
So I walked all the way back to the car. So
You went
I
all the
walked
way back to the car?
all the way, all 3 flights down outside. I was like, maybe I missed him. Maybe somebody just put him to the side, and somebody must have found him and adopted him.
I could easily see somebody just snatching him from the bag without us even noticing. But I was panicking.
It's pretty disappointing.
I was panicking because another movie preview started. Then they're starting the AMC Nicole Kidman thing. I texted you. I said, it's starting. And sadly, you missed the first 2 minutes.
I did. At that point, I was outside. So
Yeah.
I ran back. I was sad,
Yeah.
depressed. And I took and then I got behind the world's slowest guy. The man, he walked just sauntered up to the escalator.
Sauntered or sauntered? Saunter's not a word.
I've heard it both ways.
Okay.
So he gets on the escalator, doesn't walk, doesn't move. His pants are about to fall off. I definitely thought about pantsing him.
No.
Just whoop. And I was like, no, don't do it. And it was 3 flights of escalators.
Oh, yeah.
like,
There are a lot of escalators to get through.
Do it. And eventually we got off at the top and I just ran.
Yeah.
Eventually got to the theater and I came in on the movie and it was quite a scene.
Well, I will tell you, you didn't miss much in the first 2 minutes.
So what happened?
So this is opening night. We timed it pretty well.
So technically Mando and Grogu released tomorrow and then we got the midnight premiere at 6 o'clock.
The 6 p.m. premiere. When the Lucasfilm logo flashed, our audience applauded. I was like, okay,
one of those.
We're with one of those audiences. They also clapped at the end of the movie. But it immediately started playing the beginning of the Mandalorian theme. I thought there was going to be a little more buildup. And it didn't do an opening crawl, but it just did plain and simple on-screen text. 3 sentences saying the Galactic Empire has fallen, but, they're trying to rebuild, and the New Republic is forming. Mandalorian and Grogu are on a mission. Whatever.
That's all. Basically, all you need to know is Mando, Grogu, on a mission.
Yeah, and so it's Mandalorian. He's been doing odd jobs for the New Republic, and so it just picked up with him hunting one of the Imperial mob bosses, you can say, and that was basically it. It was not.
Which I don't feel like I missed anything because they had this whole big sequence with the AT-ATs, and there was a walker, and it was very dramatic.
Yeah.
And they blew up the one walker, and then he shot down the one escape ship, and they get to the rebel base, and she's like, "You were supposed to bring him in alive."
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, things happen."
Yeah, that was you.
And I was like, "Okay."
You could have gone to the bathroom.
Honestly, I did not miss. He was not a main character at all.
Yeah. Let's take a quick break, and we're just gonna quickly debrief our thoughts on this movie when we get back. Hi, folks. We're back. So, what were your overall thoughts and feelings about this movie?
Overall, I read one social media post today, and I've been very good about avoiding spoilers.
Yep.
Very good about. But I did read just a couple of highlights, and the one guy said, "This feels like 3 episodes of The Mandalorian."
That's exactly how I felt. Exactly.
Honestly, it had the same pace, and it had chapters. It had the pacing of 3, and I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
In IMAX, I think it was a lot. It was a lot to take in. I have a lot more detailed thoughts, but just for the overview, did I feel like my $25 for IMAX 3 episodes of The Mandalorian was worth it? No.
Yeah, that's
because I know it's going to be coming to Disney streaming in 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, I think as a double length season finale of Mandalorian, it works great. I feel and I was trying not to have my mind made up ahead of time before seeing this. I didn't read any reviews or spoilers or production notes whatsoever.
I think we did really good walking into this with a bland opinion, or a neutral,
a clean
neutral
slate.
opinion.
Yeah, and for me, it just never coalesces into a film. It just feels like you're watching kind of back to back episodes of The Mandalorian. It feels very episodic as a movie. I will say the second half I liked better than the first. Once we start getting into just the dynamic of Mandalorian and Grogu, which is the title of the film, that's where it succeeds. I love the monster designs in this movie. There's some pretty cool monster scenes.
Well, okay. Is that our overview?
I know there was like 2 other things that I had.
Because so this afternoon I was thinking, I was like, all right, how do I want to review this movie? Because normally I just walk in and I'm like, yeah, I liked it. I didn't like it. This time I was like, okay, I want to review the graphics.
Yep.
The story.
Mm-hmm.
The character development.
Mm-hmm.
I had like 5 different things. So yeah, graphics, overall story, character, personal like character stories, and then character development.
Arc. Yeah.
And like number 1, I don't think I learned anything new about Mando or Grogu. So that, like already that's like a 1 out of 10.
Well, so my friend Clay was telling me recently. So for the Mandalorian movie, I was like, I'm just not excited about it. I'm not against it, but I'm just not excited. He said, well, I mean, they're at least going to be incorporating everything into this movie, right? Like, isn't Boba Fett going to be in it? And isn't Ahsoka going to be in it? Like, they're going to be, joining the universes together. I said, no.
Clay.
No, they are not. It is. I was like, you would think it would be something to that
Now, that
degree.
Actually does sound quite entertaining.
But I was like, no, it's a standalone story. And he's like, why? And I said, that is my question as well. But, yeah.
So I read this thing, and they basically this guy broke down. This was a safe, because right now Star Wars has been on such rocky ground.
Yeah.
From the prequel, sequel trilogy, that Star Wars is like, whoa, we're not going to release any new movies because Solo bombed.
Yeah.
Solo is a terrible crash. We're going to scale it back. We're not going to release any new TV shows, any new movies, because you got to remember the last good movies came out before the Hollywood writers' strike.
Right.
So this was like the first one after all of that, after the whole AI boom. I think Disney said, let's play it safe. Let's not do anything new. Let's not introduce any like super new characters. We're just going to play Mando and Grogu. Everyone loves him.
Yeah.
And also the merch factor alone.
I think this movie came 4 years too late. They should have forgone doing season 3 Mando and released the movie right after season 2 when people were still excited about Mandalorian, instead of doing Celebrity Cameoville season 3. What we got, because now too much time has passed that people no longer care about Mandalorian.
Nobody cares. Ahsoka had these weird overlap chapters. Book of Boba Fett kind of became a weird Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah.
This is what Mandalorian season 3 should have been.
Right. Now, okay, I'll try to touch briefly those points you mentioned. The graphics, most of the movie, I was thinking to myself, it is such a shame that they did all of these characters CGI. Yeah. It would have been so good if they did these characters practically.
Agreed.
We've seen it work practically, but I was so distracted. We've got this jacked to the max hut. What is it?
Rata. Rota.
Yeah. But I was like, and I understand you could like CGI him for like fight scenes and stuff, but for the majority, why? Then even close-ups of these aliens, the CGI doesn't look fully rendered. It was so distracting.
Just looks bad.
Yeah.
So overall, I think the movie is beautiful.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the details are lost in how action-packed. There's the shot length is very short, especially for any action sequence. It's so varied. It cuts back and forth, and it's, I mean, I was getting a little nauseous. I'm like, This is, thank God I'm not seizure prone, because this would be bad.
Well, I think to hit on your point of like character arcs and stuff, without spoiling anything, there comes a point in the movie where you think that the Mandalorian and Grogu's arc together is potentially coming to an end entirely. And during that part, I was thinking, I'd actually be okay with that. If this movie was kind of like a goodbye,
the way they
to
were
these
building
characters,
up to each one individually, like, you
Yeah.
know, someday you're gonna die and Grogu and live on, and he'll have to live on without you. And you're like, okay, I'm processing these emotions. Is that gonna happen?
and you're kind of making peace with that. Like, okay, we might be saying goodbye to these characters or like seeing them separate for good, and this movie is kind of serving as a send-off. I would actually be okay with that. If that's what this was
they were
leading to,
doing.
if it was connecting to something bigger.
And he got close.
Yeah.
Mando got close. I thought he was gonna go.
But then they throw it in reverse
Yeah.
and say no. But I was like, you know, they could have made this a fun series. Like the Mandalorian and Grogu go to college. The Mandalorian and Grogu go to summer camp.
They go to DC. They go on holiday.
Also, I just want to say too, they made such a big deal of Sigourney Weaver being in this movie.
Oh my lord!
And
that was such a letdown.
She has maybe 10 minutes of screen time, and it's also the most boring performance.
Like the three times she showed up.
Yeah.
It's like, Dank Farrick, I was expecting more. I was expecting
She's given,
more.
now it's not, I
Now,
wouldn't blame her
granted.
entirely. She's given like the most wooden dialogue. Like there's nothing to this character. And I will go back to a point that I made previously. Because this was a Filoni-Favreau partnership, right?
Favreau mashup.
Yeah. Now, you know, where George Lucas succeeded is making content for children that adults could enjoy. Filoni tries to make content for adults that kids can enjoy. Like he tries to make content for adults that children can enjoy. So in this movie, you've got very intense action sequences, but we always have to cut to a cute moment from Grogu to balance it out because, hey, look, it's for kids though, right? And then a brutal death. And oh, but look at Grogu.
I feel like the
It doesn't
pacing
work.
was jarring like that because it wasn't like classic Star Wars, you know, people die, but they're not gruesome. And the funny bits are funny, but it's dry humor. A couple now granted, there were some very funny bits.
Oh, yes.
But they were
There's a lot in this movie to enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
For sure, yeah.
But it was a little like some of the implied deaths were a little bit gruesome.
Yeah, and then we still got to have the moments for the kids. But hey, I don't think anything will be quite as satisfying as seeing an Imperial Walker get taken down.
Every time.
It's always going to be a crowd pleaser.
It is.
So I'm here for it.
It is so satisfying.
Yeah. I think all in all,
whether they blow up from the inside out, whether one of their legs get chopped off and they fall, like any way you destroy an Imperial Walker, it's a good time.
All in all, I would say this movie is going to become a great movie to put on in the background while I'm doing household chores.
Which is basically Mandalorian season 1.
Yep.
Yeah. I put this on the same team. Now, granted, Mandalorian season 1 for me, it's like Andor, Mando 1.
Yes, yeah.
And I would put this actually probably above Mandalorian season 2, maybe season 3.
Definitely above season 3.
You know.
Yeah. And I was nervous that we'd have a whole slew of celebrity cameos. Also,
we did get to see Zeb, which was,
just about
actually
to say.
that was very refreshing.
But he's given nothing to do. He's there for a couple side
Rebels.
quips.
He didn't do a lot in Rebels.
That's true. But you could literally cut Zeb out of this movie.
Yeah, and it wouldn't change anything.
And it would not change a thing.
Yeah.
And he disappears for probably like the
large portions of the film.
Like third quarter of the film, I would say this. And it got to a point where I didn't even realize he was gone. And then when I did, I nudged you and I said, "Where's Zeb?" And then he showed up.
Yeah, and then I was like, wait. He's about to be on in two minutes,
But I'm like, he's just kind of
nice to see Zebo
there.
from the original Clone Wars have a reappearance, which was kind of it's nice to get. I feel like he's going to be, you know how like for George Lucas, it was Boba Fett.
Right.
Like Boba Fett was kind of this like bounty hunter that kept showing up throughout things. And then in the books, he had a whole bunch of like canon lore. I feel like Zebo is Holy Filoni's kind of like his Boba Fett. He wants him to pop up throughout the series now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I was just not sure what tone they were going through all throughout. Like the dialogue in the first few scenes threw me off because I'm like, this is so bad. The script is bad.
The dialogue was surprisingly, it was not engaging.
Yeah, it's like, I'm here on a job. Well, we need information. We think you might be the guy. And I could have written this.
It was pretty. The one fight scene where Mando's like, "I'm not gonna kill you," and Rada was like, "Well, then you're in for a long night."
Yeah, here
I'm
it
like,
comes.
Okay.
There are portions that I said, I'm surprised script writers aren't taking a break from like reframing language, because people think that's a dead giveaway of AI these days. Like Sigourney Weaver says, it's not about revenge. It's about stopping war. It's yeah. So I wish they had brought in a different script writer.
The dialogue I did not find engaging.
Yeah.
George
Lucas's dialogue is bad, but he knows it's bad. He doesn't try to disguise it as good.
He came from a generation where like all of his original scripts were written almost kind of fancifully.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of high fantasy kind of scripting. So the graphics absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
The music was, I think, really good. Like the sound design was good. Like it was actually, the bass was loud enough. Like you felt on a lot of the intense scenes. I feel like there were a lot of hard cuts though.
Mm-hmm.
Like the music would stop and you'd be like, whoa, did something, no, we're still on the same scene. The scene hasn't changed. The music stopped and then something would happen. And you're like, okay, that was a little.
Well, thankfully they brought in this same composer from the TV series. So that was good. Like it kept the tone
I forget
consistent.
his name. Actually, I was listening to the Mando.
Ludwig something. But there's some like kind of cool, very much 80s inspired.
Why is my Face ID not working?
Did you shave?
Oh, maybe. No, I think I have my glasses on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ludwig Göransson.
Yes.
Göransson. That guy.
Yeah. It was like just different enough without sounding too goofy.
Well, like the original, obviously they played the original theme for the opening credits and it was like super nostalgic. Sound design was okay. Individual character development, I think, was lacking.
Yeah.
The only person I truly felt developed as a character was Rada.
Right.
Nobody else. Nobody. The twins didn't learn anything new. Grogu did not mature as a character. Pedro Pascal's character did not change or grow.
He feels fatherly with Grogu. We've seen that.
He got the Razor Crest back. That's pretty much the only.
I want to know what happened to the Naboo starfighter. Did we see that happen in
the N1 was on at their home planet.
It was?
It was parked in the back.
I was relieved because today I had so much to pack into my schedule today, and originally I had wanted to rewatch the season 3 finale.
Yeah.
Just to have something fresh in my head. But I'm glad I didn't, because you do not need to know a thing going into it. Like it would not have made a single difference.
This movie was really made.
We didn't see Bo-Katan at all.
For new. Like if you've never seen Star Wars before, you can watch this, and it was just a great sci-fi.
It's like
movie.
Bonus episodes of The Mandalorian. You could cut it up into 3 episodes and never know that it was a movie. But overall, it's good. It didn't do anything egregious.
Would you watch it again on Disney Plus?
Yeah, if I was having a movie night and a group coming over, I'm like, here, this is enjoyable. It's not gonna.
Would you pay money to go back in there and watch it a second time?
No. Would you?
For me, that is the sign of a good movie.
So
and
would
the
you?
fact that I am not willing to walk in there right now and say, give me another ticket, that kills me.
Yeah. Well, I think with that being said.
Oh, no. Sam. I've seen your face. Now I have to kill you.
Okay. Thank you for commiserating with us.
I'm going to leave mine on.
No, let me look upon you.
Let me look upon you with my own eyes.
Thank you for commiserating with us. Be sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Wherever you get your podcasts. Wherever you get your podcasts.
Apparently, not having the helmet makes you Bostonian.
It does. And be sure to let us know what you thought of the movie. And if we're being too harsh, which we probably are, we still love Star Wars. And we love The Mandalorian. And we always will. And remember to support us. You can follow us on all of our socials at Mysteries on Demand. Dave, say goodbye.
Thank you for joining us with this brief review of The Mandalorian and Grogu. If you haven't seen it yet, ow, that's my head. This helmet printed too small. And now it hurts my head. If you haven't seen it yet, go see it.
Go see
It's actually a pretty nice family film.
And let us know what you thought.
Yeah.
But I got to go to bed, so we'll see you.
It's been fun.